everybody. Today we are going to be looking into Harry's role as a counsellor of state. Now, you might be thinking, well, why? Because he's like the king's added 2 more counsellors of state. So surely Harry isn't never going to get in line to it. Well, true. And plus, he's now domiciled himself as his main residence as a US citizen. Not that he's got citizenship yet, but he has domiciled himself in the US, meaning that you need to be a resident of the country in question, of the United Kingdom, a permanent resident, or at least here a massive part of the year, to act as counsellor of state. So why now? Why has he decided to finally, after coming up 4 years, why now? What's going on? So we're going to have a look at Harry as counsellor of state as an overview, but then we're going to have a look into Harry's energy. We'll just see where it goes. Does he know that he's going to lose everything? Is he willing to give all of those princely titles up to become an American citizen? What is going on? So I'm using some new cards. I am using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and I do have the Madmen and Magicians, Madmen, and other ones tarot, and I've got the usual. I usually use these ones, the Garbage Pail Kids, for Harry, because it's just so on brand for him. They always have been. But anyway, let me just have a start with this one. We're going to have a look in Dreams of Gaia, and we're going to look at how overall Harry's titles and the counsellors of state stuff, and then we'll go on from there, depending what we find. So, okay, if you're new here, I work in layers. I work in a Celtic cross spread, and I'll do one Celtic cross spread for the overall situation. Then I'll do maybe one for Harry, depending where the reading goes. And then right at the end of the reading, we'll have a look and see if there's any repeating cards, any repeating themes. And then we shall make our mind up of where it's going to go. So if you're new here, please like, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. Everyone else, if you could share this around, thank you very much. And I'm getting on with it now. Okay, let's go. So now Harry would come out as Pentacles, King or Knight of Pentacles, as he is a Virgo, so he's an earth sign, so he relates to Pentacles. He also relates to the Hermit card is overall for an indicator of Virgo. It doesn't just mean that. On one of these cards just mean something singularly, but yeah. That's how you find him. Megxie is a Leo. She would be the Strength card, a Queen of Wands, because Queen of Wands relates to fire signs. But let's have a look. Overall, how's Harry feeling about his titles? And there it is. The Hermit is in reverse. In this deck, the Hermit card is the card of wisdom. In every deck, wisdom. It's the professor. It's the loner. It's the one who can go within. That only learning, real deep learning, you have to go within and work on yourself. And this is in reverse, though. So this can indicate to me that the Hermit, the Virgo, isn't feeling overly great. He wants to throw everything up in the air, or maybe he feels like he's been robbed. And then we have feminine, masculine, fire sign in reverse. Megxie is the fire sign. What's crossing over him is, there's 2 ways we can read this. Either Megxie wants him to give up his titles and he wants to keep them, or he wants to give up his titles and Megxie wants him to keep them. there is conflict in that household. There is conflict of situations. There is the fire sign, masculine, feminine in reverse. That page of wands is really, really going some. Okay. The emperor is in reverse. There is some chatter around this. There is some chatter around this. Really, we have got the emperor in reverse. That's the father, the patriarchy. So there is an element where the Harkles are going to say that things have been taken from them. But this is a very quick moving, cold situation. Very quick moving. It's mental effort required here. Okay, let's have a look and see what's leaving the situation. Okay. Look, there's a similar situation happened in the past, in Harry's mind at least. We have got the Empress in reverse. The Empress, of course, we know that his mother, Diana, unfortunately died around the time she didn't have security and things offered to her, and then she lost her HRH. And then we have the father above, the emperor, the king. Is there an element that Harry's like, I don't want you to go through that again, what happened with my mother? I don't want you to go through that again, Dad, because what if something happens to me, and and the public will blame you. And there's a lot of things that have been weaponized about Diana, and I feel like that particular thing has been weaponized against the king with Harry. And you've got to remember that Diana chose not to take certain security guards, and it wasn't necessarily because of the people that well, she was told that people were in for her, people fed her paranoia. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. But it wasn't the royal family who did that, unfortunately. Okay. We've got a politician here. We've got somebody writing laws. I feel like something has happened with Harry. I know that all this Johnny Mercer stuff's just come out, but I feel there's more to it, like with him in trying to influence politicians. We've got the maiden there. We've got the King of Wands surrounding him. We might be hearing some more stuff about this in the media, I feel. Let me have a look. Let me pull some more cards. Because so overview of the situation, it does look like things are happening. It does look like things are happening. Things are going to be quite gentle, I feel. We have got the devil, though. In this deck, it's called the self. We have got the journey as well, though. Which is like being able to understand self and understand things. So let me have a look. Let me have a look and see about this politician figure. Are the politicians going to take stuff off Harry? King of Wands, that could be the media. There's a lot of Aries men in media, a lot of fiery men in media anyway. A lot of show-offs, a lot of, not that all fire signs are show-offs, but creativity is attached to fire. And water. Let's have a look. Let me just see. Will the politicians take Councillor of State off them? I feel like it's coming, guys. The moon in reverse, subconscious in reverse. They'll go with what they think the public wants. We will find out what they believe they think the public wants. Whether they will take it off or not. Queen of Wands crossing over. Yeah, that's Megsy crossing over both. I think Megsy wants the titles more than anything else. And Two of Cups. They want to create a union. They want to keep things smooth here. The Queen of Wands crossing over and the Chariot above in reverse. Now the Chariot relates to sun sign Cancer. The reason that they could be losing Megsy, the reason that they could be removing it is because of the Harkle's behaviour with Meg, particularly with Meghan's accusations around Oprah. Nine of Wands boundaries as well. Okay. There's the Devil in reverse. There's the Queen of Swords. Okay, we have got some things happening. And patience. You guys are going to have to be patient here. I think the politicians have had rather enough. And I think there is movement. Eight of Cups, not wanting to walk away. They want him to walk away, but they know he won't. And the Knight of Cups in reverse. Oh. You're going to have to bear with me here, guys. The politicians are aware that this one, Harry, won't walk away. I feel like Megsy is wanting him to keep his titles. I think he is actually over it all. But Meghan likes the titles. I think Harry's been told he can't keep Councillor of State and stuff, and that is why he's moved and said, right, well, obviously I'm not needed. So he's finally got the message. I don't think it's the King's fault for doing things slowly. I think the King has been giving him the message that he is done with as a working royal, he is done as a councillor of a state, and he is done as a trusted member of the royal family. However, I forget who said it, but Harry is so dense, light bends around him. He is just, he's not the brightest. He's not good at reading the room. He's not good at reading subtle hints. And I feel that's where the royal family is failing with him are. I mean, and this is for a long thing, a long-standing thing. This is before Meghan. They expect him to get the nuances, and he just doesn't. He really doesn't. He needs it spelled out for him, and when it's spelled out for him, he'll still complain. And when it's not spelled out for him, he'll still complain. He just likes whinging. I feel like the mental capacity is there to get the nuances, but I feel that he just purposefully ignores it to whatever suit his ego. Let's have a look at how Harry sees about this, all of this. I feel like there's something coming with politicians. I feel like the politicians are going to do something more now. And I also feel like, yeah, I think the royal family's what they call grey rocking method with him. It's I understand it. I completely do it. But like for everybody who needs an instant thing from the royals, they are doing something. It's just Harry's just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. Let's see how he feels about all of this. This is a bit of an investigation. Oh, he's getting it now. He knows he's gone too far. He knows he's gone too far. And he is blaming William. This is pretty similar to the cards I pulled out the other night on him. And he's feeling very sorry for himself. The Knight of Coins in reverse, he's feeling diminished. He's feeling less than. If we've got enough time, I might see if we can pull some cards on Megsy. Doesn't get it. Self-inflicted. All of these things. P. Diddy, self-inflicted. Completely, absolutely self-inflicted. African Parks, he knew it was coming. He knew all of this was coming. Something has happened very recently to him that we will find out about soon enough. Now, the Tower was in reverse for a while, and we were like, something's coming, something big's coming. And I was like saying, there's some dodgy stuff going to come out about Harry, and everyone's like, oh my God, but it did. We've had African Parks and we've had P. Diddy. Something else is coming. There's something else that has happened there. It could be the Johnny Mercer stuff. That could be it. This could be the all unraveling. It could be already happened, but we'll see what the other cards say. He does some dumb things. Okay, we're going to get a lot of, look how happy I am in my Monty Shit Show mansion, my Olive Garden mansion with my vegan frappuccinos, my rescue chickens of authenticity, and my rescue puppies, and my wife and the kids, but nobody knows where they are. So he is really, 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 really going to lay it on thick. Like, look how happy I am, Mama. I am. I don't need you guys. I don't need you, you horrible. He is going to double down, and he is going to go for the true love angle, and he is going to force himself to love things. He is going to try and basically say his mother's spirit. In fact, I would not put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him going, yeah, well, the royals are all over there, but me over here in California, I've got the spirit of my mother, and I've got the spirit of my grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth, with me. I bet you. Page of Wands is in reverse around it, which is what was crossing over right at the start. That Page of Wands, that anger, that spitefulness, it's partly Megsy, partly his anger. There is a lot of issues here. And I feel like she wants him to keep his titles. And he, Two of Cups, the Emperor in reverse. There's lots of Emperors in reverse. They're going to try and come for the King later this year. You have actually got a lot of noise regarding how happy he is going to be, and how Harry's going to make a lot of noise saying how happy he is. It's the best thing he's ever done. Moved to Monty Shit Show. Oh my goodness, I am just so happy. This is unreal. I can't believe how happy I am. Did I mention I was happy? He's going to lay it on thick. He will do anything to try and keep his marriage afloat. And like I've said before, I don't believe that's because he knows what love is in any sense of the word. I believe he's a narcissist, but it plays to his narcissism to be better than his father and mother. Like, I remained married, and this was just a triumph because I married the right girl, and la 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 la, and it plays into Megsy's narcissism as well. So the more we want them to divorce, because they've got oppositional defiance disorder, both of them do, they will stay together even longer. If we wanted them to be happy and a success, like a lot of people did on their wedding day, look what they did. I can't have all these people cheering and liking us. We've got to go. But this is about his counsellors of state. I feel like we are going to get him blaming William, him blaming the king eventually, him blaming absolutely everybody else apart from Megsy. I feel like Meghan wants him to keep the titles. Meghan wants him to keep all of the trappings, but doesn't want any of the work, as it's been right from the start. I feel like there's an obsession here. We've got the devil twice, and we've got the devil on about this obsession, me. And then we've got the emperor in reverse. So I feel like Harry is going to make all of this a personal thing rather than just the practicalities of it. A practical person would just turn around and say, well, you don't reside in the UK anymore. You've got to give up your councillor estate. Harry would turn around and say that was somebody picking on him because he dared leave the. He is hyperbolic when he wants to be hyperbolic, and he wants the rules bent for him where he feels like they should be bent for him. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, love. Might used to work like that in the palace, but it doesn't work like that once everything's out in the open and everyone can see how you're behaving. And the royals can't bend the rules for you on such a public platform over such public things. So yeah, I feel like this has been a bit of a ride, this reading, to be honest with you. One of the things I think we can come across is Harry is still obsessed with William. He's destructive. I feel like he is going to get further exposed. There is going to be more stuff come out about politicians and politicians that he may have tried to influence and curry favor with. There's possibly potentially another thing that's going to come out that has caused him a bit of jip recently that he might want coming out. They have the emperor in reverse. I feel like the king is done with him, and I think Harry just might be like having a little bit of some little synapses might be just trying to kind of like link up in his brain, and eventually it'll go, oh, I might have went a bit too far. Oh no. So yeah, I feel like William's like completely over it. He's going to never forgive him. But yeah, I think he doesn't realise he's lost William for good. I think it might just be dawning on him that he's lost his dad. So at least he's lost his dad's heart. I don't think the king is ever going to trust him again. That must suck for the king. So not only the king has lost his mother and father, but technically he's lost his second born son. But there we go. That's what I see in the cards today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. It's a little bit manic. It's all over the place. We shall see. We shall see how this transpires. I don't think Harry is going to accept the fact that he is going to be losing the counsellors of state, even though he is far away. I think that once publicly he's off the list, I feel like we are going to get some pushback. He's going to try and say some stuff about the king later on in this year. He is going to try and appease Megsy. The problem with him trying to appease Megsy is Megsy will never be happy. Harry. Ever. But there we go. That's what I've got for you. Let me know if you've got this far. Please leave me a little blue heart if you've made it this far. Thank you so much for sticking with me and hanging out with my readings. I appreciate you guys so much. I shall see you all really soon for another one. Take care of yourselves. Bye, everyone.